Coco Gauff predicted schedule. Where will French Open champion play in 2026? Coco Gauff's 2025 WTA Tour campaign has come to an end, though it will not be too long until the American returns to court for her 2026 season. Despite difficulties at points, 2025 was still a hugely successful year for the American, who lifted her second Grand Slam singles title at Roland Garros back in June. As she looks to back up a strong season, we look at and predict where Gauff is likely to play across the whole of 2026. Much like at the start of 2025, Gauff will begin her 2026 WTA season representing America in United Cup action, with the event split across Perth and Sydney. The US entered as the reigning champions, with Gauff winning all of her singles rubbers in the mixed team competition this year. Australian Open, January 18th to February 1st. After United Cup action, attention will quickly return to the opening Grand Slam tournament of 2026 at the Australian Open. Gauff is set to be the third seed at the event and has a best semi-final showing from 2024, reaching the quarter-final in 2025. Qatar Open, February 9 to 15. 1 week after the Australian Open, the 21-year-old will likely compete at the Qatar Open in Doha, the opening WTA 1000 event of the 2026 season. Tennis news. Aryna Sabalenka vs Iga Swiatek. How WTA's top two matched up across 2025. Alex Ila, Victoria Mboko, Lois Boisson and Maya Joint all nominated for same prestigious WTA award. Gauff reached the quarter-final of the tournament in 2022, though she has lost her opening match at the tournament in the past 2 years. Dubai Tennis Championships, February 16th to 22nd. Quickly following on from action in Doha is the Dubai Tennis Championships, the second WTA 1000 event of the year for the leading stars of the women's game. The American was a semi-finalist at the event in 2023 and a quarter-finalist in 2022 and 2024, though lost her opening match in Dubai in 2025. Indian Wells, March 2nd to 15th. After the Middle East swing, Gauff is likely to rest until her first tournament of the year on home turf in Indian Wells, one of the most prestigious events on the tennis calendar. The world number 3 was a semi-finalist at the tournament back in 2024 and reached the fourth round of the WTA 1000 event this year. Miami Open, March 16th to 29th. The second of back-to-back WTA 1000 events in the US, Gauff will likely head to the Miami Open straight after Indian Wells. Miami is the closest she has to a home tournament, though she has historically struggled at the tournament, never making it past the fourth round in 6 attempts. Stuttgart Open, April 13th to 19th. Gauff's clay season will likely begin at the WTA 500 indoor event in Stuttgart, which she has competed in for 4 consecutive years. The American reached the quarter-final of the tournament in both 2024 and 2025, though has never made it past the last 8. Madrid Open, April 20th to May 3rd. The first outdoor clay event of the season for Gauff will likely be the Madrid Open, the first of 2 WTA 1000 events across the clay court swing. Having never previously made it past the fourth round of the tournament, the 21-year-old impressed with a run to the final earlier this year. Italian Open, May 4th to 17th. Action in Madrid will be swiftly followed by the Italian Open in Rome, the second of the 2 WTA 1000 events held on clay. Gauff was also the runner-up in Rome earlier this year, and also reached the last 4 of the tournament in 2024 and 2021. French Open, May 24th to June 7th. All eyes will be on the American when action gets underway at the second Grand Slam tournament of 2026 at Roland Garros, where she will be defending her title. She beat Aryna Sabalenka in the final to triumph in Paris this year, having previously reached the final in 2022 and the semi-final in 2024. German Open, June 15th to 21st. Gauff competed at the German Open in 2025 and lost in her opening match, just over a week after her French Open triumph. It is possible that the American will choose to skip the WTA 500 event should she again go deep in Paris, though she may also want some matches under her belt on grass. Wimbledon, June 29th to July 12th. Perhaps the most prestigious event in all of tennis, Gauff will be looking for improved form at Wimbledon this year. It is statistically her weakest slam, having never made it past round 4 at the tournament, and she was beaten in the opening round this year. Canadian Open, August 1st to 13th. It is possible that Gauff could start her hard-court summer at the City D.C. Open in Washington, though she will likely wait until the WTA 1000 Canadian Open to return to court. The women's event will be held in Toronto in 2026, with Gauff having reached 3 straight quarterfinals at the tournament from 2021 to 23. Cincinnati Open, August 11th to 23rd. The second of 2 WTA 1000 events held across the hardcourt summer, Gauff will be looking for a strong run at the Cincinnati Open. She was beaten in the quarterfinal this year, though she lifted her first WTA 1000 title at the tournament back in 2023. US Open, August 30th to September 13th. Perhaps the biggest event of Gauff's season, home expectations will be high for the American star when she takes to the court for the final Grand Slam of the year at the US Open. Gauff memorably triumphed in New York back in 2023, though she has fallen in the fourth round the past 2 years. China Open, September 28th to October 11th. Her first tournament after the US Open is likely to be the penultimate WTA 1000 event of the year in Beijing, where she has found success in recent years. Gauff lifted the China Open title in 2024 and was a semi-finalist at the event in both 2023 and 2025. Wuhan Open, October 12th to 18th. Straight after action in Beijing, the American will likely head straight to Wuhan, where she will look to defend her title at the final WTA 1000 event of the season. She beat Jessica Pegula to lift the title this year, having previously reached the semi-final on debut in 2024. WTA Finals, November 7th to 14th. Assuming Gauff qualifies, the American will likely end her 2026 season at the WTA Finals, with the world number 3 eyeing up qualification for the 5th straight year. Gauff was the champion at the event in Riyadh in 2024 and a semi-finalist in Cancun in 2023, though exited at the round-robin stage in 2025. Read next. Ranking the 10 best WTA Tour players of 2025, Foot Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff and Isamova. When Coco Gauff lifted her first French Open trophy in 2025, she didn't just win a Grand Slam, she made a powerful statement. Her victory in Paris changed narratives. The young American was no longer just a rising star on the WTA Tour, she was a champion on clay. As she looks ahead to 2026, where might her calendar take her? What tournaments could she target, and how might her season unfold under the weight and thrill of being a Grand Slam champion? Building around the big win, the clay road to Roland Garros 2026. Given Gauff's triumph at Roland Garros, it's only natural that her 2026 schedule would lean into the clay swing. The WTA's announced 2026 calendar confirms the major clay events remain in place, including key WTA 1000 events, WTA 500 tournaments and of course the French Open. WTA Tennis Insights, News and Analysis +1. In May 2026, the clay season would likely begin in earnest for her with the Italian Open in Rome, a WTA 1000 event, followed by smaller lead-in tournaments, before culminating in the defense of her title at Roland Garros from May 25th to June 7th. TennisUpToDate.com +1. This clay build-up makes strategic sense. Rome is not only prestigious but provides a high-stakes test against the top rivals.